How you doing? My name is John Sikoris, and this is Sheree Sikoris, and we're the owners of Titan Medical Center.
Alright guys, what's going on? You're back for more bullshit, so I can see that. Anyway, alright, so listen, we got a new national champion, okay? We got, not that I don't really give a shit really who wins the Nationals or Olympia or any of that stuff, unless I have like a friend that's competing in one of those shows or whatever. And although I don't know Lee Labrada's kid, okay, Hunter Labrada, his name is, right? Yes, okay, Hunter Labrada, got my infamous clipboard right here. I just want to congratulate him, and actually, I like Lee Labrada. He was one of my favorite bodybuilders. You know, I knew a lot of these guys from back in the day. Lee Labrada was at my place here in 1988, just 2 weeks before the, you know, he stayed here in 1988, 2 weeks before the Mr. Olympia. And he was a great guy. I like him. I loved his physique. I remember oiling him up before he went on stage to do a guest posing, actually, for a show that I ran. And his physique was just amazing. And I was 2 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, so, you know, I saw what he really looked like, you know. I remember him actually eating hard-boiled eggs with, I think it was egg whites. I think he was just eating the egg whites with rice. And I remember him kind of, like, not being happy about it. His wife was like, well, you chose this, you know. Anyway, you know, so, but I like Lee Labrada, and Lee Labrada actually taught me a lesson, okay? Now, he taught me, I remember him telling me a story how, and if I probably told you this guy's story. I've told a lot of stories before. I know I wrote this in a magazine and everything, but in Muscular Development when I worked there for years. But Lee Labrada once told me a story how just before he came out to see me in New York, he was at a restaurant, and he was telling me that it was an old country fucking place, and I guess he had done a seminar at a gym somewhere or something like that. Or, you know, it was during his travels, and you know, it was one of those, you know, in backwoods places. And he told me that he was sitting in a restaurant. He looked out the window and he saw these big, giant, like 1,000-pound black Angus bulls. Okay, and they were being held in a fenced-in an area on that farm where this restaurant was. And he said he saw those giant bulls, and he saw this rickety little old fence, just a rickety little old fence, you know. And he said, look at, I'm thinking to myself, look at those bulls. What stops them from just walking right through that fence, crushing it, you know, because they're big, giant bulls, you know, 1,000 pounds. So he said, I'm thinking, I said, they must have, like, something in their mind. They have that, where they don't want to branch out past that. They're afraid to go beyond that fence, is what he was telling me. And he said, it made me realize about bodybuilders. He said, I put that in a bodybuilding perspective, and he said, I wonder how many bodybuilders put fences in their brains. Like, no, I got to train this way, or, you know, I got to take this drug over that drug, because that's what they say. No, I got to do trend, that's the only way to get, or whatever. You know what I mean? But you know, he didn't say the trend stuff. This trend wasn't even around back then. You know, back then it was Parabol. Okay, and I used to get the real Powerball, okay? I used to sell that shit. I was arrested with it. Anyway, so how many people build fences in their brains? How many bodybuilders put fences in their brains and believe that, you know, maybe I got to do squats to get big legs, or I got to do fucking bench to get a big fucking, you know, chest. And they're afraid to go beyond those fences. And I knew what he meant. I knew what he fucking meant. He actually taught me a huge lesson with that statement, that not to believe like all the shit you read in magazines, and not just because some big guy tells you you got to bench, or you got to do flies, or you got to squat, or you got to do hack squats, or you got to do whatever, you know, that's right for them. It doesn't mean it's right for you. But a lot of people think, well, if I do Arnold Schwarzenegger's routine right here, I got Arnold's routine right here. If I do Arnold's routine, I'm going to look just like Arnold. Set for set, weight for weight, rep for rep. It's not the case. It's not the case. And, you know, Labrada, I mean, he really taught me a great lesson with that. So, I want to congratulate his son, Hunter. all right? And now, I did get somebody asking me, I didn't write the name down, but they asked me, what do you think of, well, what's your take on the new national champion? I really didn't watch the Nationals. I have no idea what anybody looked like. I have no idea. I just saw a picture of Hunter Labrada, you know, I guess with his hand up, but it looked like his father was, I think it was Lita, was holding up his hand. Now, I think it's a great thing. I think, you know, it's a father and son thing. You got to remember something. I wouldn't want my son is older than Hunter, I believe. My son's 28. But my son was in the military. I told you, Army Intelligence Special Ops, blah, 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 all this other stuff, okay? And now my son's intelligence with the government, and he's in a very elite area of intel. Now, the thing is, I understand, though. At first, I would be like, no way, I don't want my son involved in this sport, taking steroids, doing all this shit. My son does lift weights, okay? He's jacked, but, you know, he's more into that, like, you know, Army fucking mentality, and, you know, like, you know, gotta get jacked, you know, and, you know, he trains more powerlifting. He's big, though. Everybody always says to me, is he on steroids? Because he's real broad shoulders, much bigger than me, big Rammy type genetics, real broad shoulders, big heavy thighs and stuff, you know, but, you know, I really don't want him getting involved in this sport. But what you guys don't understand, that the few people I was talking to, they're like, how can Labrada let his son do this shit, you know, with the steroids and all that shit. We just have to remember, Labrada is in that business now, okay? He owns a supplement company, okay? He owns Labrada Nutrition, which is a really good supplement company. He makes quality stuff. Labrada's not the kind of guy that's going to just make shit and put shit out there, okay? So, you know, I've never taken this stuff. I think I've tasted a few things, you know, whatever, you know, over the years. But I think it's a good thing. I think in this case, normally I don't recommend you guys, you know, I get your kids into this shit, because there's really no money in bodybuilding, okay? There's, you know, the personal training and all that. Come on, that's all bullshit, okay? What are you going to be doing? 80 years old? I got to go to the gym. You know, where's your pension? Where's your... It ain't happening, okay? But what I'm saying is there's no real, like, the money, you know, it's not really the greatest career to have. And, you know, winning the Nationals, a lot of guys winning the Nationals, you're not going to go on winning Olympia and everything like that. And who knows, maybe Hunter Labrada can win the Olympia. I don't know. But the thing is this. In this case, in most cases, you know, I've talked to pro bodybuilders, you know, a few guys, and they'd be like, I don't want my kid involved in this shit. Fuck that. You know, I always tell everybody, teach your kid to hit baseballs, man, because, you know, the money in there is ridiculous. But in this case, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that Labrada, plus you see their father and son have that camaraderie. You know, his father teaches the son how to train, everything. But the other thing is they own a company, a nutritional company, a business in the sport. So even if Labrada's son Hunter decides, I never want to work out again, or I never want to, you know, compete again, or whatever he decides, whatever his decision is, he still has that company that's his father, I'm sure, you know, passing it off to him, and he can run a family business. So in this case, he's going to be set for life, all right? He doesn't need to compete to win money or for any of that stuff. They own a company. So I think that this is a great thing. Plus, I'm always a big proponent of seeing a father with his son or his daughter doing the right thing, okay? You know, being there, best friends. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it is. So I look at that as a really good thing. And I want to congratulate the kid, you know. I don't want to congratulate Labrada. You know, God, you know, Labrada's a smart guy. He's a really smart guy. That statement that he taught me, because I used to have these fucking things in my head that if I had to do 100 sets and I did 99, I felt like I was like a pussy and I fucked up. You know, I had, you know, that one set was going to make or break me. And it's not the truth, okay? So, you know, and there was a lot of things I had in my brain that I had to fucking expel those myths and break down those little fences that I built in my brain. So, you know, I got to thank Labrada for that. You know, it meant a lot to me. A lot of stuff, you know I drove him crazy. I remember, you know, he was in the car. He thought I was the worst driver because I was talking to him. I was driving a van. He was in the back, and I had my friend Lenny in the front. And I'm driving, and I'm over there turning around talking to him. Meanwhile, I'm coming in the oncoming traffic lane and shit like that. I did the same thing with Mike Matarazzo, you know, once. You know, Matarazzo and he was in the front seat shitting his pants, you know what I mean? He didn't want to talk to me anymore because I was going all over the road talking, because when I talk, I get fucking animated and shit, you know? So Labrada was kind of fucking bugging out, and he was telling me that before he left, I remember another thing he was telling me. Before he left Gold's Gym to come and to come, when he came out to me in New York, and this is again 1988, and he said that there was something brewing in the gym between Mike Christian and Mike Quinn. Mike Quinn's my boy, so he was afraid there was going to be a fight and he was going to miss it. But he said, "Fuck, I had to get out of here. Gonna miss the plane. I don't know whatever happened, but anyway, he was just telling me that stuff. It was kind of funny." And he's close with his wife. I like that. Back then I think they were just boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know if they were married yet. So it was a good time. This is 1998, 2 weeks before the Mr. Olympia. 2 weeks. Anyway, so Hunter Labrada, congratulations. No matter what happens from here, you got the Nationals under your belt. You could always say, look, hey, I won the Nationals. You're with your father. That's I can never put that down on anybody. Anybody. No matter how much I would never want my son to be a bodybuilder because of the bullshit you got to go through and all the drugs and everything like that. I think it's a fucking great thing that those two are together. I respect Lee Labrada. I respect Hunter Labrada. God bless you. I hope you go as far as you want to go in this. But you're already a winner. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's talk about something else. All right, guys. Funny thing, I just want to show you something. Let me move this one light here. Hold on. Right here in the background while I talk to you. Ironically, we're talking about Lee Labrada. Look, right here, okay? This is Muscle Sport Mag, all right? This is Titan Medical. Look, this is Lee Labrada right here, okay? That's Lee. That's Lee Labrada, okay? Look at him. This is him. This is Lee Labrada in my gym. This is my old gym, Peak Skill Fitness Center. I took this picture. This is from 1998, okay? Just before the Olympic, 2 weeks before the Olympic. Lee Labrada, 1998, Peak Skill Fitness Center, my gym that I owned. You always see this in the background. It's always here. It's always in this one spot right here, okay? You always see me talking and that's him in the background. 1998, Lee Labrada, my friend. Okay. And Shane Williams has a question here, and he wants to know, Greg, who is the best bodybuilder? He said he knows I don't care, but who is the best bodybuilder from New York? Who is the best bodybuilder from New York? That's a good question. But there's a lot of great bodybuilders from New York, okay? But you have to say that Victor Martinez once placed second in the Olympia, and actually most people thought he could have won. And I think genetically his structure is kind of like Flex Wheeler a little bit. You know what I mean? He's got that small waist V taper. You don't see any gut on Victor, all right? You don't see any gut on Victor Martinez. And I think the only thing that they say about Victor is the fact that they feel like his condition, if he's ever comes in condition, he can win it all. And, Victor's my friend, and I respect him and love him to death, and I agree that if Victor Martinez comes in shredded condition, I think that he could still win the Olympia because his lines are phenomenal, okay? That V taper, those sweepy thigh, he's got it all going on, all right? And a quick story. I don't know if I should give it a story, but anyway, when I was a natural bodybuilder, really fast, I was really good, and I was undefeated. Nobody, I was really, really good bodybuilder. For 23 years, I was natural, and I was born built. Okay, so when I would go up against guys, they thought I was like a fucking light heavyweight in the goddamn lightweight class. I mean, I was really big. I had thighs, I had everything, and nobody had thighs as a lightweight. Everybody was like skinny, especially in natural guys stuff. And I beat guys on drugs. Anyway, so I knew I was good. And one day I was outside Johnny Lat's gym in New York City. I've told the story on Generation Iron. Some of you guys already know what I'm going to say. For you guys who don't know what I'm going to say, don't ruin it for others, okay, you other guys. All right, listen. Stop being a fucking momo. But anyway, so I'm outside Johnny Lat's gym, and my partner Paul, the guy that owned Powerhouse Gym with me, was there, and we were with a bunch of guys, and Victor Martinez was always there and everything. So I'm sitting outside, and my friend goes, "Oh, bro, you got to see this fucking guy, okay? You got to see this guy, my boy Paulie." He goes, "You got to see this fucking guy, and he's natural." He goes, "You won't believe it." And I'm thinking, dude, let me tell you something. I would fucking go against any natural bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Because I was, I had like I said, I had everybody. So I was cocky. And he goes, let me go get him. He goes upstairs, he comes out, and this black kid comes out. Comes out of his steps, and down the steps of Johnny Lester, and he's fucking jacked. Not only was he jacked, but he had a small waist. He had abs. He had fucking thighs. No fucking natural bodybuilder had thighs, and his thighs were so dense. I was like looking at my thighs and going, holy fuck. He was so dense through the chest and back and everything. It was so dense. His back was, I remember, he kept doing a lat spread for me going like this. And my friends go, see, look at him, I told you, he's fucking, and the density on him was better than mine. And I couldn't believe it. He like totally shot me right out of the sky. My ego was crushed. I couldn't believe it because I thought no natural bodybuilder was going to beat me. But let me tell you something. He was fucking amazing from top to bottom. And I think he had just turned 20 or he was 19 years old. I don't remember his age. But I know he was a kid. I could not believe how fucking built he was. I remember him hitting that lat spread. And all the guys out, so like, oh, look at that shit, look at that shit, look at that shit. And I couldn't believe he was natural, but I knew he was. Especially if my partner Paul told me, dude, he's natural. Okay? This kid was amazing. His name was Kai Greene. Okay? It was Kai Greene. Now, I got to tell you something. Okay? My face is peeling, so forgive me, from tanning. Kai Greene. Natty. I was so impressed with him. I couldn't fucking believe. He looked like a pro bodybuilder there. Natural. Okay? He had quality on his physique. So, Shane Williams. The other answer to your question might be also Kai Greene. Because Kai Greene, it's between Kai Greene and Victor, who are the greatest bodybuilders from New York. Now, I know a lot of people, Kai Greene, I killed Victor. But when Victor was on, in 2007, I don't know why everything with me is 90, whatever. In 2007, when Victor was on, even a Kai Greene being on would have trouble beating Victor Martinez. He was fucking that good, okay? And both of them, you could make an argument for both of them, okay? You might have to give the edge to Kai Greene, obviously, because of what he is to bodybuilding, how far he's going to know, the shows he's won, and how many times he's been second, all that. But what I'm trying to say to you is it's between Victor Martinez and Kai Greene, who's the greatest New York bodybuilder, in my opinion. This is my opinion, okay? And I know them both. But I'm going to tell you, obviously I know Victor is my boy, you know what I mean? Victor and I have a history together. But I'm just telling you that Kai Greene, when I saw him and he was natural, I could not fucking believe it. He shot my fucking ego, dude. I was all cocky, and he had me like this. That's how good Kai Greene was. That's how good he is today. Because he had a natural structure. And he was also winning shows. Just like your new Mr. Olympia, Flexitron. Okay? Just like him. They were both natural bodybuilders. They were both competing as naturals against guys who were doing drugs and in natural shows and winning. Okay? They were both natural pros. So when you're natural for a long time and you build that kind of a body and then you take steroids, forget about it. Same thing with me. Now all these other guys that are super jacked, this shit, wait till they go off. Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, baby. Yep, I know it's hard to believe that a guy like a Big Ram, he could one day be Pee Wee Herman. But unless he was natural and built a hell of a structure first, it's all going to go. Dorian Yates says it, and it's true. Kai Greene, forget about it. Structure, amazing. When I met him, could not believe it was natural. I mean, he was hitting that fucking lat spread. I had really brought up the thickness that this fucking kid had. This thickness, even the thickness in the thighs. My thighs were shredded. I had zippers, and they were sweepy and everything. I had tiny whip, but this kid's density fucking was like, he slayed me. Slayed me. Kai Greene. There's your story. That's your answer, Shane Williams. Anyway, so we were talking a little bit about Lee Labrada before, and I figured, let me tell you, I also had Lee Haney at my gym. Now, Lee Haney came and stayed at my house. He was here he stayed here, let's see, in 1987. I think it was April of 1987, or March or April of 1987. He was here. And he was in his prime, bro. And let me tell you something. He's a great guy, okay? You know what I like about him? He met his girlfriend, who became his wife, Shirley, when they were like in kindergarten. You know what I mean? They known each other that long, and she's the one who got him into bodybuilding, because he used to be into football, and I think he broke his leg or something like that, and he was working out, so she is the one who signed him up for his very first contest. Otherwise, he wouldn't have even competed. So you can thank Shirley Haney for Mr. Olympia, okay? Possibly the greatest Mr. Olympia ever. It's between him and Ronnie Coleman, in my opinion. You know, you could throw Sergio, I'll leave in there, the greatest genetics. We're not going to get into that, though. But, anyway, so Lee Haney, he was at my house, and he's a great guy, very fun guy, very spiritual man, bro, very spiritual man, you know, and he's very good with his wife and his kids and everything like that. I remember him calling his wife all the time, say, first set, worst set, first set, worst set, last set, best set. It's a Lee Haney quote, so you guys can use that when you're in the gym. You're starting your first set and you don't really feel like working out, you say to your fucking partner, hey, first set, worst set. And then when you're done, you got one more set left and you're out of that gym and you know it's going to be good, you just say, last set, best set. Alright, simmer down. Don't be a fucking momo. Well, you're already a momo, so don't be a fucko. Anyway, so I remember Haney would eat, he was eating white rice and he had steak. My mother made him spaghetti and meatballs. I got the infamous picture. I guess I'll stick it in here with him at my dinner. And I remember I was even looking at it. He had these blue spandex pants on and shit when he was in the gym working out, and his fucking ass was like this big. And meanwhile, he was like 270. And his waist was small. And I remember telling him, dude, your fucking ass is so small. He was at 270. He said, stop looking at my ass. What you doing looking at my fucking ass? And we ended up laughing and shit. But anyway. He was just a sight to be seen. I mean, you never saw fat on that guy. You never saw fucking no blow to gut on that guy. He could suck. When he sucked in his stomach, you could see it would go up and in, and then everything would just keep popping and popping and popping. But anyway, Steve Bleckman used to like when I tell a story about when I was driving him. I remember having to take him back to the airport and shit. I guess he was tired, and he fell asleep in the front seat of my car, and he had his head back. And his fucking eyes were open. So he was kind of sleeping with his eyes open. You know what I mean? Almost in a stare. And I for a minute there, I'm going, holy fuck. Did Lee Haney just die? Maybe have a heart attack in my car? Did he fucking die in my car? What is that? And I remember looking, and I had a niece that used to sleep with her eyes open sometimes too. It was really creepy, almost like they're dead, like that, And I looked at him, and I was like, holy fuck. And he was dead asleep. And you could hear, you could hear. That's how I knew he wasn't dead, He was out cold, but his eyes were fucking wide open. And I remember telling fucking Steve Bleckman that he loved it, I mean? I was like, dude, is that a dead body? Is this like Weekend at Bernie's? Am I going to have to fucking push him off at the fucking side of the road somewhere and make believe he fucking fell out of the car? I don't know, you know what I mean? But anyway, so, yeah, Lee Haney fucking, he was great, bro. He was phenomenal. I loved that guy. And, I like his soul. He's a good man, Like Labrada, both Lee and Lee, two good guys up here in my house, and fucking in their prime, bro, in their prime. How many guys could say that, I remember fucking oiling up fucking Labrada, bro. The fucking body was just amazing. It was amazing. And but Haney, Haney was a good guy. He was a really good guy, very spiritual man. So anyway. I just figured I'd tell you that because, we're talking about Labrada coming up to the house and Haney. And everybody likes that story, but he still fucking like he was dead, like this in a car. But if I didn't hear that, I would have thought, oh shit, he was dead, he died, because the fucking eyes open, man. That's creepy shit. Alright, so finally I got this last question by Stephen Wright. Not the comedian. Stephen Wright says, I'm about to play my last year of college baseball. I feel like I have a chance to make at least pro baseball. I want to know what's the best steroid to take to gain strength and to be able to perform better. Momo alert. Momo alert. No, wait a minute. That's fucko alert. Listen to me. You're in college. You're going to play. You think you have a chance to play pro baseball. You better not fucking take steroids at all. I mean, you know, they're going to fucking drug test you once you start getting into the pro baseball area. And you get drug tested, your fucking career's done. Especially at the fucking lower level like that. Nobody's going to ever take you in a fucking major. You start fucking failing drug tests in the minor leagues. Listen to me. Now, for some of you bodybuilders, let me just let me just tell you something. Barry Bonds himself was a contact hitter. He was a fucking 370 hitter, for Christ's sake, okay? He was a contact hitter. When he took steroids, it didn't make him a better baseball player. It just made him fucking have more authority when he hit the ball. So he hit the ball further, but he already made contact, okay? So if you took Phil Heath, okay, and you put him up at the plate, and you made him hit baseballs, he's not going to hit the baseball, okay? He's not going to hit it. All right, he either has the ability to hit the baseball or you don't. Steroids are not going to make you hit a baseball. Barry Bonds didn't hit a baseball because he took steroids. He hit a baseball further with more authority, okay, because now it put on weight and he had more fucking torque when he fucking hit, but it doesn't mean that steroids are going to make you a better baseball player, okay? You either have the ability to hit that fastball or you don't. That's a fact, all right? It's a fact. If we, you know, it doesn't, if you got Sean Roden, the current Mr. Olympia, and you put him up there behind the plate, if he's not a baseball player, he's not going to be able to hit a fucking 95, 98 mile an hour fastball. It's just not going to happen, okay? And even if he did, he may not drive it at all. It's all in the way you swing, the way your hips move and everything. It's a fucking thing. You either got it or you don't. Let's leave it at that. Now, for a few of you fucking other momos who ask me all the time, what's the best steroid to take? Obviously, testosterone is the entree. It's the steak, okay? It's the roast chicken. It's the tilapia, whatever the fuck you eat. It's the main course is testosterone. And then you build a cycle around that. If I was on a desert island, okay, and I could take one fucking steroid was to wash up on the shore, and that's the only thing I could take. Would it be Tren? Would it be Deca? Would it be Anadrol? Would it be Debol? I love all that shit, except for Deca. But I would take testosterone. I would take testosterone. That would be because that is the basic, most basic steroid and works the best with our fucking bodies. Now, I know there's guys out there, oh, Tren, you gotta do the Tren. No, relax with that shit, okay? Relax with that. This Tren is very harsh on your system, okay? And it's, you cannot compare anything with testosterone. Testosterone is what we produce. We don't produce Tren inside of us. We produce testosterone. And I feel, it's my opinion, you're asking me my opinion, the best thing is testosterone. You can do nothing but just testosterone and make some fucking great gains, okay? I'm just letting you know that. It's the basic, it's what we all need. Okay, give testosterone to a girl, she starts growing that clit, the fuck, she becomes a man. Well, you give a man testosterone, and he gets more. It's the best. Okay, there's nothing better than testosterone. It really doesn't matter the ester. Okay, whether it's a fucking, obviously, suspension goes faster to water base. Propionate, then cypionate, then entonate. Okay, it doesn't matter. They're all fucking great. It's just a matter of how frequent you got to do the shots and everything. But the thing is, I love propionate because it's faster acting. Okay, I never took suspension. But I'll take cypionate or entonate. It doesn't matter. Testosterone is testosterone for me. I grow great from it. And when I get these bodybuilders, they're 50 years old or whatever, they're 40s and shit like that, and they ask me if I want to start getting myself, I was thinking about doing a little something. I tell them, talk to your doctor, get testosterone. Stay away from all that other shit. You don't need it. Testosterone alone will make fucking great changes in your body. Okay? So, to the baseball player, stop fucking around. Don't take anything. Okay? And to the bodybuilder, testosterone is the best. It's the basic. It's the mother of all anabolic steroids, and it's the best, in my opinion. If I could take one drug, just one, it would be that. All right? You asking me? There's other guys will tell you Tren. There's other guys that Definitely wouldn't be orals, though. Don't do orals. They'll kill your liver. Okay. Now. Alright, that's it for this week. Listen to me, guys. I'm going to be doing a show called Country Crush. Okay? It's about training. So all your training, start getting your fucking training questions. Not drugs, training questions. Okay? Get your training questions ready. And let's train. Let's show you guys how to fucking put on some fucking muscle. Stop fucking around. Stop being a Momo. Another thing. Go to Talkin Medical. Alright? You want to get yourself fucking legit stuff. Now fuck around with this other bullshit on the internet that you don't know where it's coming from or what you're getting. Go to Talkin Medical. Okay? You get blood work. It's legal. You can sit in front of a police officer and take your shot and you're not going to get in trouble. Okay? It's legit. It's medicine. It's what you need. But you have to go on. They're not going to just fucking, you don't just call up Talkin Medical. Yeah, listen, Gregg Valentino said that you're going to give me testosterone. No, you can use my name, but you got to take blood work and you got to do things right. Do things right, and your house is made of brick. Fuck around, go off the gym, buy shit from the gym, buy shit from some fucking fucko or some Momo that's selling shit at the gym. And then you never know what you're going to get, okay? You never know. We don't want that shit, all right? So you don't want to get fake shit, all right? And you also can get in trouble with that stuff. Do things right. Get legit stuff, Talkin Medical. I don't get a dime for this, all right? Yes, they sponsor the show, but that's it. I don't get a dime. I'm not even getting free shit, okay? They're not sending me anything. I haven't even got a free sample of one fucking thing, so it's got nothing to do with that. I'm not telling you guys to go there for that. That's a fact. And if Talkin Medical's watching this, you know, a little free sample wouldn't hurt, you know? Anyway, if it's free, it's for me. All right, guys, so that's the thing. So we're going to be doing another show, Country Crush, okay? I'll explain more to you about that. And we're going to, you know, we got a lot of things brewing at Muscle Sport Mag. I got to tell you the trend story, I know. I also got to tell you about somebody who wants me to tell a story about my girlfriend again, fighting a guy. Another guy wants me to tell. I got a bunch of stories I got to tell you. Okay, some of them I've told before. I don't remember what the fuck I've told, okay? I've told so many. Anyway, but I'll retell them, okay? So, for this month, that's it. Stop fucking around. I got my eye on all you guys. You're a bunch of momos, but I love you, okay? Don't be a fucko. What was I going to say? Be good to your girl. Be good to your significant other. Pay your fucking child support. Stop being a fucking deadbeat dad. Go see your fucking kids. I don't care what the bitch says. Fight her. I did, and I won. So, anyway, that's it. See you next week.
At Talkin Medical Center, we are here to make you feel better, look better, and perform better. We're here to get you to your optimal levels in the most natural way possible. We are a boutique-style clinic without the boutique-style costs. All medications are monitored and prescribed by a physician. Let us help you get the results you've been wanting. Come to Talkin Medical Center for the most cutting-edge therapies and the most current information on how to take the most natural approach to your health.